Hello everyone, I'm so glad that you are here. Kelly McGuire here from McGuire Hypnosis and Counseling, where I use hypnotherapy and other wonderful tools and techniques to help people heal and rise and ultimately become hypnotic. I want to share with you today some really neat little ways to talk to and ultimately defeat that inner critic that we always have in our minds. You ever hear that voice in your mind that is criticizing you and just really being mean? It can really be mean a lot of the time, just saying things like you don't know what you're doing and nobody will like you and all of these horrible, awful, mean things. Well, we all have different voices in our minds, and they always include at least one inner critic, if not more or several. There are a few things that I use as tools and techniques when I'm guiding someone into the hypnotic state that I want to share with you today that you can use to talk to and talk back to that inner critic in that internal dialogue you have going on in your mind. And I call them the 4 Hypnotic S's. The 4 Hypnotic S's are soft, soothing, slow, and safe. So when I am talking to someone and wanting to engage their subconscious mind, wanting to invite their subconscious mind into communication with me, first I slow my speech down, right? The subconscious mind does respond to the slower pace. When we're going fast, fast, fast and go, 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 the subconscious mind is usually quite activated because it has to be getting things happening without our conscious mind even realizing it. That's when we often go into our automatic behaviors and just automatically eating this or automatically doing that. So if we're going fast, 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 the subconscious mind is usually too busy to engage in a conversation. So when we slow down, the subconscious mind can relax for a minute and begin to listen and engage. The second thing is soft tones. So when I'm talking to someone and guiding them into the hypnotic state, I soften my voice. The subconscious mind wants to hear the softening, wants to go closer to the softening. It's almost like it has an instinct to go closer to softening, to listen to what's happening there. The subconscious mind loves to engage in images, joyfulness, and softness. So when we're talking to that inner critic, the inner critic does live, in the mind, and we want to soften that inner critic. We want the inner critic to first listen because we're slowing down and begin to soften as we soften our voice so it engages. And we want to soften its energy. The third thing is soothing. We want to soothe that inner critic. Usually, funny enough, the inner critic is one of our insecurities that has just gotten out of control, really big and taking over. It's usually full of fear and worry. So we want to soothe that inner critic so that it can learn that everything is slowing down, softening, and it's going to be okay. We don't need to be critical. We can soothe that voice. And the fourth thing is safe. We want to tell that inner critic that we are safe. It's okay. We're not going to get eaten by the saber-toothed tiger. We're not going to, whatever the inner critic is saying. If the inner critic is saying, nobody's going to like you, you're never going to have another relationship again, we can soothe and softly tell that inner critic, actually, we're safe. We are going to have relationships again. We are going to be in human contact again. We're safe. So we can talk to that inner critic and respond to that inner critic with our inner dialogue using the 4 Hypnotic S's, right? So slow, soft, soothe, and safe. Now, if you actually have someone else in your life who's really mad or really anxious or has some kind of other emotion or behavior that you really want to try these techniques with, go ahead. Slow your voice down, soften, soothe them, let them know in some way that You're not being judged. Everything's going to be fine. It's safe. And just see what happens. You might be surprised to notice that they at least pause and listen to what you're doing, if not actually behave in a different way. But all that to say, the way to deal with that inner critic in your mind when it starts harping on you, criticizing you, being really mean to you, respond back to it in a slow, soft, soothing manner, reminding yourself that you are safe and it's safe to be you. I wish you a beautiful hypnotic day, and I will be here for you as you heal and rise and become hypnotic.